Hey, it's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. That means it's time for this week at Gear Report, where we talk about, see, I'm doing the hand thing again. TJ, I told you, don't let me do the hand thing. All right. What do we do here? We talk about all the reviews that have been published since last week's show and upcoming reviews. Stop it. Come on. Let's go around and say hi. We have, I don't want to say a newbie here. We'll let him go first, though. I haven't seen Andy in a while, so welcome to the program.
Hey, glad to be back. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to some spirited conversation. It's already started behind the scenes, so who knows where we're going to end up.
Yeah, I'm a little scared based on where we started in the green room before the show went live. I'm like, oh my goodness, things are going to get out of control this evening. Turn my light down a little. There we go. All right. Jeremy, would you like to say hi?
What's up, guys? It's Wednesday, and everything is great in the world. We're excited.
All right. We'll go with that. Mitch?
Hello.
Always so enthusiastic and informative. Thanks again, Mitch.
Cut it off already, Mitch. That's too much talk.
Chatterbox.
I know. Can't shut him up. Good thing
Trying to keep it on. I'm trying to keep it on the rails, guys. Trying to keep it on the rails.
Mute him.
Someone's got to mute him. Yeah. Barely got started. But we haven't seen the typical comments yet, the Fire Jeff or anything. So I think it's going pretty good so far.
You're doing good.
It's early.
So 720 is 360 twice, right? So are you doing like some acrobatic spinning kicks for us?
I am upside down right now, Jeff.
Oh, wow. Twice, so it canceled itself out.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
See?
That makes sense.
Magic
man. Andy, is the O, is that the Ohio State or is it a different O?
It is. It's the block O for Ohio State, the Ohio State.
That's what I said. The Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to correct myself because I don't want to be shunned. So
yeah. So you'll enjoy the song my dad taught me as a child. Okay. I'm going to sing it for you. I don't sing on this show very often, but I think the Ohio State hat is worthy of. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan because we're from
Can we mute his mic?
Yeah, that's it. We must be related because I think he grew up with that song also.
I know that well. Yes.
Yeah.
I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. My dad went to Ohio State. Two of my brothers went to Ohio State.
Wow.
Grew up going to tailgates and games and all that fun stuff. So happy to see him in the championship game coming up.
Do you ever go east out towards Pataskala?
I've been out that way.
Yeah. I was born out that way.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful area. I miss it. I'm now in central Indiana, but I get back when I can. But Buckeye through and through.
Gripping conversation. Jeremy, you can just stop the chuckling behind the scenes there right now. Shaking your head like, really? We're on the Ohio discussion? Yep.
We'll
go where we started before we went live. You knew it was going somewhere weird.
He's more worried about his manscaping.
My beard is crooked.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it's crooked.
You just have to tilt your head a little bit one way.
I can't stop staring at it.
Yep, this is my angle for tonight.
I didn't even know you had a beard, dude. I just thought that was your face.
You're
good.
The Fire Jeff comments will be coming soon.
I miss those. It makes me feel appreciated, All right, so we've almost hit our 5 minutes. I try to just kind of chew the fat until we hit 5 minutes to give time for people to find us, for the notification to get out there. So then I can ask for things like, hey, if you're out there, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel or send me money or whatever, So I kind of like that last one. But we're not there yet. So continuing to stall for 22 seconds.
We can
You're not going to start humming the theme to Jeopardy again.
Something we were talking about before the show kicked off, though, about the stuff happening in DC. We typically save current events and that kind of discussion for later in the show. But just real quickly, the guy that helped me pick up my Hobo City, he is in DC and he was live streaming a little while ago, and it was freaky. I mean, I felt unsafe just watching it. So the country is in a weird place right now. I think that's just the safe way to say it. All right. Why don't we go ahead and get started? I think we may have a little light interaction this evening because Clover decided to go head to head with us, and he's giving away a bunch of free shit on his show. And you're still here. That's amazing. All right. Thank you. Very much appreciated. So let's see. Let's dive in and let me see. That's you know what? I'll start with one that was a guest post because we don't get these very often. They tend to come in waves. If you're on the Gear Report site and you go up to the top to where it says "Write for Gear Report," you'll find a variety of different ways you can contribute articles. And one of the options is a guest post, which I noticed when I uploaded this, I messed up and put it as me. I was not the author. I need to change that to say guest post or guest author. But this was someone who wanted to submit an anonymous article. Just because, I guess. So coyote hunting mistakes. And it talks through, some really interesting mistakes. Some of them I was like, well, yeah, of course, anyone would know that. But others I thought, wow, yeah, okay, maybe I'm not sure I would have thought of that. So if you have an interest in coyote hunting or any kind of hunting for that matter, maybe you want to scroll through and take a look at the 10 different things that they put in there. I'm not sure that overexcitement is a mistake, though. I tend to think excitement, that's a good thing, right? Maybe not. So anyhow, that article is out there. If you're into the idea of maybe starting coyote hunting and you don't want to make those beginner mistakes, go check it out. All right. One down. Several more to go. Let's see what we have next on the agenda. Why don't we go to, we haven't done the Jeep roll bar and Jeep attic yet for you guys, Caramy, right?
Right.
Okay, let's talk about one then. Can you see it? The Jeep roll bar bags?
We can see it.
I see it. You want to go?
Sure. So these were purchased to replace our luggage or our clothing bags when we're out overlanding. As you guys know, that we overland in our Jeep, our sleeping platforms in our Jeep, so space is limited. And so everything needs to have its place, and there needs to be a place for everything, and it all needs to go back to that spot. So something that we were battling with is we would have between the two of us, 2, sometimes 3 total bags with clothes and that sort of thing. So we would be putting them in the back of the Jeep and then moving them to the front seat because you don't leave your clothes outside in case it gets rained on. So it was just a pain to be moving everything around constantly and trying to figure out where bags were and where certain things were. So we bought these saddlebags on Amazon, and they're amazing. They have so much space. We were able to put at least 5 days worth of clothes into one of the bags, 5 days worth of Jeremy's clothes, big boy clothes. And then we still had quite a bit of space left to pack more. It's got pouches on the front. It has zipper pockets on the front. So it holds a lot of gear as far as our clothes and our toiletries. And we both have one. We have one on each side. So it's on our side of the bed where we just kind of throw our drinks in and our phones. So yeah, these are some pretty awesome little bags. And for the price, I think $63, $64 for 2 of them. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Super easy to install. Stays tucked up out of the way, and it actually forms a little bit of an extra storage compartment because of the way that it connects to the roll bar. And then there's between the space, the window, and the bag, it actually allows for more storage for us to tuck behind there too. So it's really cool.
That's about twice as big. Just looking at the video of you holding it, Kim, it's about twice as big as I thought it was just from seeing the pictures.
Yeah, it is. It's a big bag. You don't realize, until you actually get your hands on it and have to install it. So it's a good sized bag.
I figured that or you shrank. I wasn't sure which one.
It's probably that one. No, but it also makes a good barrier for adult activity. No one can see in the sides now, so you're safe. As long as they don't come from the rear or the front. Don't touch it.
Bum.
Okay. I figured after last week and the number of times that the word erection was used, that I need to just kind of back off and kind of cool things down on that a bit. But
It was a good show.
it was. It was a good show. Yes. And we may talk about some more tents this week. So the erection talk is not done yet. All right. Because I do have, I had a really large erection this week, much larger than the prior one. So, yeah, we went from the 203 tent up to the 303, which is much, much larger. It's like the size of a 2-car garage. So that was a really big erection. And it took, I needed help for that one.
You usually do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd like to think, but let's see. Rogue did not join us. So Franklin Arsenal Wet Dry Media Separator by Jason, the Rogue Banshee. We should change his little byline because no one knows Jason by his real name. Everyone knows the Rogue Banshee. And this is neat because I have like an older model of this that sits in a 5-gallon bucket. And this one sits in a square bucket. But it's a really neat little system for when you run your brass through a vibrating tumbler or whatever kind of media cleaning you do. Then you need to dry tumble it to get all the debris and liquid and whatever out of the brass so it can dry, and then you can load it. And this is a pretty neat little device to make that much, much, much easier. So Jason has a neat little video there. If you want to see it in action, you don't even have to trust me at all, which, I'm sure you do implicitly, every one of you, but you don't have to because he has a video. You can go see it for yourself. So with that, we're going to move on. If he wanted more said about it, he'd have been here, right? Andy, we hadn't seen you in so long. I've got to ask, what inspired you to join us this evening?
It was actually a discussion that I jumped in on. Was it last night or the night before that you hosted about Philmont and just the planning stages and going through all of that stuff. And it brought back a lot of good memories of my treks out there. And I've got a few things in the works, so I jumped in on that call and had a great old time contributing and just commenting as you guys went through all the great information that you guys did. I found that so useful and helpful, and I learned a bunch of stuff, and I think of myself as fairly well versed. I wouldn't consider myself an expert on Philmont stuff, but being a veteran, I'm always looking for tips and tricks and, understand the process as best as I possibly can. So, I thought that was a lot of fun to get involved in that. And then I saw the notice for this and I thought, you know what, I don't have any videos to talk about that are recent up, but I want to be a part of this. So I thought I'd jump in and add what I can.
Yeah, and that's appreciated. And you just took over and explained the next article that we were going to talk about. So I appreciate you showing up and doing my work for me. That's awesome.
Happy to help any way I can.
Yeah, and I do kind of consider you on the expert continuum when it comes to Philmont and camping stuff. So you can be. What do you call it? You can be modest if you like, but I'll go ahead and sell you. That's fine. But the broadcast a couple nights ago, Sal is a real expert. Scott has got far more expertise than he likes to tell people. I was really there to run the broadcast and a little color commentary here and there. But I thought it went pretty well. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we're looking to set up some more things like that moving forward. So hopefully we can get together and figure out what you want to join us on, Andy, and we'll get you involved there. And Jose Juan has joined us. All right. Good to see you.
What's going on, gentlemen and lady?
We told you not to call Jeff by his gender fluid name.
Oh,
Okay.
my goodness.
How
I
is
think we got an echo issue now that Jose Juan has joined us.
now we feel complete? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I was saying we had some echo, but now I'm not hearing it. So whatever it was seems to have gone away. That's good.
Well, I had both the phone and the computer.
Oh my
going
goodness.
live stream.
You're a technology overachiever.
Well, now I've been having issues with the computer because of the router that I have here in the backyard, in the garage, I guess, and it was giving me some issues logging in with the computer. So I started with the phone and then merge into this now, and I already canceled the phone. So that's what's going on.
All right. You just hung up on your parents, didn't you?
I did. I sure did. And
All right.
exactly
Well,
what's
let's make
going
it worthwhile. If you're going to hang up on your parents, then we're going to put you on the spot and let you talk about a DIY adjustable rifle cheek rest.
So, guys, everybody's always looking to get a good cheek weld whenever they're shooting. The repeatability allows for better accuracy. Also, in order to see through the scopes that are bigger nowadays, and you need to use either a 1 inch or a 1.25 inch riser in order to provide enough clearance for the scope to have spacing between the forward optic and the barrel. So everybody's having trouble being able to put their cheek, right at the cheekbone at the bottom or at the jaw instead of on the cheek, for shooting purposes. There's not that very many companies that do any of these items that you can do yourself, but this is one of those companies. The Calix Technique is a company based in Sweden, and they have two products. The go down a little bit more. The CR2 and the CR1. Mm-hmm. The CR1 is for your plastic or composite stocks, and it includes the cheek support. This CR2 is actually the version that you have to cut out the wood and mortise the fixture into the stock, and use the slab that you cut off from the stock in order to complete the item and have a cheek rest for the rifle. So they gave it to us to kind of play with or review a couple of years ago at SHOT Show, and because of business with work and everything in the past couple of years, it's not until now that this is showing up on the site. But it's a really nice product, like you saw over there. If you go and read the article, you will see my evaluation of it, what I think. It's not that easy to put into the stock, but it's not the hardest thing ever either. You do have to be fairly competent when it comes to woodworking and have enough tools to be able to accomplish it. But it's doable.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And if you don't like to read, as people, I'm sure they saw, as you gave a fantastic summary, I was able to scroll through as you talk through cutting and drilling and mortising and mounting and all of that stuff. It's like a picture book too. So you don't even have to read. You can just follow the pictures. So very well done. And it is amazing to me that this is kind of an unusual item. It just looking at it, it's like, wow, how come there aren't more of these available in the market? But I think it's probably what you said, that it tends to be, I mean, you called it an 8 out of 10 on the difficulty scale.
Yep.
That's that's a little challenging for most people, I think. So I will definitely encourage people, go check out this review. This is a pretty thorough, really nice one, very well done. If you have any thought of doing the CR1 or especially the CR2 model, then this will give you everything you need to know to figure out, do I really want to do this or not? And you probably do, I think.
Yeah, the other thing that you do have to consider as well is here, because this is a company that is based in Sweden, in Europe, they definitely cater to the European market.
Mhm.
They have a whole bunch of suppliers or retailers that offer their products. However, coming in here to the United States or North America specifically, there is one company based, I believe it was in Utah or Colorado. If I'm recalling correctly, is in Utah, and one company somewhere toward the British Columbia area in Canada that offer their products. The two things that are good of the company that offers it here in the U.S. You can actually send them your stock, and they will do all of the fitting and all of the cutting of your stock and all of the process. And when you purchase the item, it pretty much includes the service of assembly. And just send your stock, and they'll send it back with the equipment set up. The other, but it's one of those things. You can still purchase the items, and you can do it yourself, or you can have the service of having them do it. The biggest thing that I was impressed with, it is an ambidextrous system. However, you have to choose which side you are going to use, because there's an orientation that you have to put the base plate on. If you're a left-handed shooter, you have to choose the left-handed option going up. You're a right-handed shooter, you have to flip it over, and then that becomes the right-handed version up.
We've talked about this before. It's right-handed and wrong-handed. Okay?
As
Thank
always.
you.
Yeah.
Left-handed. That's funny.
But, it is, well, it retails somewhere about the $200 mark or somewhere about there. So it's not necessarily cheap, but I haven't seen any true flaws on that kit at all. Everything was detailed. Everything was the instruction booklet or pamphlet that they have provided everything that I needed, all of the measurements, all of the guides, everything. And if I can do it, you can do it.
All right. I don't believe you. He lies. Jose Juan, one thing I can tell you, having known him for years and years, he's a pretty skilled woodworker. So take his comment with a grain of salt. He got some skills. He likes putting baby in the corner. Okay, not even sure what that means. Good. So I was going to go to Karame, but he's laughing at me. So I'm going to talk about one that AJ submitted, High Score Weapons Mount. So High Score is a company we've done a lot of work with over the years. Not everything pictured here is a High Score mount, by the way. But in this image, let me see. Yes, you do see it. The pistol rack that's going across here, it's a series of little foam cutouts that are pushed together to just cradle each of those pistols just right. That's one of the items. This has actually got a variety of things combined in it. So if you have an interest in organizing your firearm storage and you like some pretty cool companies, then go check out. He's also got a video, so you don't have to just read about it. He will show you all of the different pros and cons and whatnot of the different things being reviewed here. So there you go. And apparently a box as well. I wonder what that was about. I'm not turning the sound on though. That's enough. If you want to figure out what that weird stuff on the screen was, you're going to have to go look at the video and maybe, or yeah, go look at the review and watch the video. So,
or you can ask me. It's a humidor that looks like he's putting together a humidor for cigars. But other than that, yeah, it's strange and weird.
you mean the guy that kills the bulls?
Yep, same guy.
Yeah, the humidor.
The humidor.
No, he's the jokester that kills the bulls.
Oh, got it. The humidor. Yeah, this is what passes for entertainment with me. So thank you. I appreciate you playing along. Karame, you are up yet again.
Boom.
Boom.
And I wasn't laughing at you, Jeff. I was laughing with you. There's a difference.
That's a true story.
Or at least my mother said there was. So I'll be honest, the Jeep Addict was like one of my I wasn't angry that she purchased it. I was just one of those like what the moments. Because I'll be honest, it's not cheap for what it is. It's actually a pretty expensive little item. It comes in about $100. And so when she bought it, I was like, ugh. But as we got to doing our trips and she put it up the first time, what I realized is it's probably one of the most useful things we've ever put in the Jeep. It's basically a mesh and paracord with some nylon webbing net. It's a hammock for the roof, and it's kind of a catch-all for everything. And so depending on how heavy you want to load it, you can adjust your paracord to make it tighter or looser. And so for us, it has become like a closet. You just throw everything up in there. We've got tool bags up there, coats, gloves, hats. When we're traveling, we can actually put our dirty clothes up there, especially if we've gotten any mud on the trail. That way we don't contaminate our clean clothes. You had to show Donna, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
But anyway, so no, this item is so useful. I'm not even mad about the price anymore, because at the end of the day, you've got to look at, demand, the price of supply and demand, and it is a custom product that ties in beautifully to the Jeep. So overall, I love it. I'll never make weird faces at her again for random purchases. She didn't make fun of me when I bought Donna.
I could be one of those wives that buy like shoes and clothes, but no.
This is true.
I buy Jeep Addicts.
Yeah. Because you are a Jeep addict. Yeah.
Yes.
Har.
And that's a true story. Yeah. So, that was so interesting and inspirational to me that I ran out to the garage. I was like, wait a second. I think I have something like that. And as I dug through the pile of Humvee goodies in the garage, I was like, hey, look at that. I do have something very much like that. So there I went and put an attic in the Humvee as well.
Boom.
Nice.
Boom. Yeah. And I'm telling you, and until it falls and hurts someone, that is absolutely awesome. And I put my my big bubble rope, kinetic recovery rope up there with some soft shackles. So it's probably about 60, 65 pounds. Nice. So it'll be a good test. If it falls, someone's going to know it. Yeah. But I had kind of forgotten about that until you guys brought up the Jeep Addict. So fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That looks like a very useful thing to have, especially you're using in the Jeep, because he has the template of the area where the roof actually is farther up from the crossbars. You're able to put, coats or a hat or something in there right away on the fly without, having it just bouncing around in the cab or getting underneath the seats and everything. So it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, we love it.
Pickle would think it's a hammock. Try to sleep up there.
Yeah, he probably would.
He would.
It's 7 o'clock.
It's not that kind of hammock.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Which
we don't judge here. We poke fun.
Who's testing it?
We make light of, but we don't judge much. All right. We have now concluded the opening segment. Well, the second segment. The opening segment is stall and wait for people to show up. We have we've completed the recent we've recently completed the recently completed reviews, and now we will move on to reviews that will become recent soon, or something like that. All right, so what do you guys have coming? What's on the way? Yeah, go ahead.
I have another cheek rest.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Is it the CR1?
No.
No.
This one's actually a super quick and easy upgrade on one of the LSS chassis that we've had for a while.
From MDT.
So it's an MDT product,
Yep,
and
cool.
if you don't have a cheek rest, but you do have the skeletonized buttstock and buffer tube that they offer for the LSS and some of the other chassis, it's a super quick, easy, upgrade to the stock. So yeah,
we will look forward to that. Oh, I got to show you something that I just got that I'm going to be. I got to figure out how it works, and I think I have a little special thing here on the shirt just for it to make it fit in here. Is that going to fit? Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, I see what I got to do. This is my body cam. So I've not joined law enforcement, but I figured the way things are going in this country, a body cam is going to be a lot of fun. So I now have and it was advertised as a forensic quality body cam. So this isn't one of the cheap ones. This is like the $180 version. And it records in 1080, and it's got a microphone and 128 gig capacity. Do you know how much people doing stuff they shouldn't, I can get captured now?
If you stand really still in the woods, you'll be a trail cam.
This is true. Yep.
You need to bring it when you come down to Florida.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm wearing it the whole time.
Oh, yes.
Well, not the whole time. That would be creating evidence, I think. We don't want to do that.
Is it waterproof?
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, check it. It's got it's even got a screen on the back, which would be hard to watch when it's, fastened to my chest. I still hadn't figured that part out yet. Maybe I'm supposed to hook it on my glasses or something, but I don't know. But anyhow, I'm pretty excited about this. And there will be more to come, assuming so far it's worked okay. I've only fired it up and plugged it into charge. But I will start wearing it soon, and I will report back via a Gear Report review. And I'm also going to review this, but I'm not just reviewing a generic $100 10-inch Android tablet for the sake of doing that. I have in the Humvee, the military Humvees use a computer system that is linked, and they call it, so the good guys are generally referred to as the Blue Force. So they have a system called Blue Force Tracker, and they have a new iteration of that with a different name. But this is going to be part of a housing that a guy named Jason Fowler is designing for me, and we're going to 3D print it so that it looks like the $2,000-$3,000 military Blue Force tracker system, but it just has a tablet behind it. So it has a real screen, and I actually have the screensaver on this is actually a screenshot from the real Blue Force tracker system. So like if we're displaying at a car show or something, we can actually set it up to look like it is the real system, but then also stream Amazon Prime movies because that's important. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, TJ, what are you working on?
The DBX57 still.
Still?
Finishing it up.
You should take
down, stuff like that.
We should talk to Anthony about taking the Savage 6.5 down to the Fire Expo, because they have a mile-long shooting range with a 4-story Connex tower that we can shoot from.
We should do that.
We should do that.
I'll throw in the truck. Be fine.
Well, throw it. It's a precision rifle, just set it in there nicely.
We're in the gun-shine state. I can take guns anywhere. We're good.
That's a good point. Good point. Mitch, you have anything coming?
Nope. Not currently. I don't have anything pending. I don't think. Waiting to hear back from a few places that have been closed down, I think, over the holidays. But if I get anything new, I'll be sure to tease it if I can on Instagram or whatever.
Have you done that chest rig yet?
Haven't had a case to use it yet.
Oh my goodness. Go to DC, brother. Come on. This is prime review opportunity.
I can't. That's where I'm supposed to wear my Viking helmet and my freaking girdle. Come on.
Right. Yeah, we don't want any fashion faux pas here.
No.
I do need you to at least send me some pictures in 2 or 3 sentences so I can knock that Amazon review out.
Okay.
And you can do the real review later, but we at least need to get that done before they kick me out of the program and stop giving me free stuff, because I like my free stuff. All right. Not that anything's free when you got to work for it, but do you agree, Karami?
I do agree.
Yeah. What do you have coming?
Man, we got all kinds of. We really do have all kinds of stuff. We have
a whole bunch of work.
We've got a set of Jeep grab handles, because when you're fat and 300 pounds, getting up in that son of a bitch can be difficult. So we got some grab handles for big boys. We got that Factor 55 flat link. It's a little safer winching situation. We've got a new set. If you own a Jeep, everybody's familiar with that hood vibration going down the interstate at 70 because of the old rubber hood latch. It's kind of like the Humvee, the dog legs or whatever. So I've got a new set of hood latches that are adjustable, and they're aluminum. So you can tighten them down and it keeps your hood nice and sturdy. So we got those hood latches coming up, and then a bunch of overlanding and camping gear, like little lanterns, cutlery sets from a company who was interested in us testing. So all kinds of stuff. A lot of work.
Beard trimmer?
What?
Beard trimmer?
No, I'm going to fix this when I get off here, right? I was laying down, TJ. Had a nap.
Nap. I could go for a nap. You'll just wake me up when the show's over, okay?
Sure.
Speaking of which, something we hadn't done in a long time that I think is awesome. I think it makes the show at least 3 times as good. We need someone else to host the show. Someone who is actually a competent host needs to take over next week. I'll still be here, and I will heckle you the whole time. That's my commitment to you. But I think it's good to mix things up. So if anyone wants to volunteer, then I don't have to volunteer anyone. As if I have the power to volunteer anyone, but whatever.
Do what you did last time. Just be like, hey, 10 minutes before the show, like, hey, can you run this? I'm like, yeah,
that's
sure.
really what I should do, because if I warn people, then they have time to make excuses like, oh, I can't make it this time.
Everybody waiting next week, like, what's going on? Is the show happening? Like, oh, I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah. So anyhow, I think that would spice things up, because I think it would be good to have someone else. Sorry, but I got to run in a few. Oh, that's Andy. Andy, before you go, what kind of cool things are you doing? Since you hadn't been here in a while and you're about to go, why don't you do your little promo thing? Tell us, remind us who you are, what your outdoor channel's about, and if you have anything that you want to do here on Gear Report anytime soon.
Well, I've got quite a bit in the hopper, I think, right now. I had a lot of time to think. I tore my meniscus in my left knee right before Thanksgiving, and so I've been kind of laid up, and it's given me a lot of time to go through some planning, some ideas of things that I wanted to put together. So I've got kind of a gear-heavy list of things that are in the works right now. The probably the one that's coming out the soonest is what led me to the Philmont conversation that we had a couple days ago. I've had a lot of people hit me up for talking about sending their son, their daughter to Philmont, and how do I equip them? And you've got some great videos already up on the channel, and I just wanted to kind of add to that and go through. I've talked a lot on my channel, which is all about outdoor adventures, backpacking, and gear. Definitely a lot of gear stuff is kind of the focus. So I wanted to transition from what have I taken, because there's a big difference between, a dad who's going on a Philmont trip with his son, and a dad that does a lot of backpacking and is into that and is doing that kind of as a regular thing. So a lot of my gear, is for those that are either getting into backpacking or looking at, some new stuff, some great stuff that's out on the market, maybe getting lighter gear because, hey, they don't want to haul all that stuff with them. So I wanted to move from that, which I've got a bunch of videos already on that, and transition to, but what do you send a 15-year-old boy out into the wilderness with, when you're not necessarily going with him? What does mom and dad send and feel comfortable? Hey, this is gonna do them well. So I wanted to put together just some ideas and some thoughts of how do you even go about putting that list of gear together? What do you already have on hand? What should you spend money on? What should you try and avoid spending money on? Where are the pitfalls? All those kind of things. That's probably the one that's coming out the soonest. And then there's just going to be a lot of stuff, everything from I'm reviewing some seating stuff, backpacking chairs and stools and things like that. Backpacks, air pads, water filters, sleep gear, and some clothing stuff. So there's quite a bit on the list of stuff. I've already started putting together the research to do the stuff. I'll probably be doing the filming here over the next month or so, as I'm still kind of rehabbing and laid up a little bit until I can get back on trail, which is earmarked in, I think, March. It'll be the first time I'll be allowed back out and doing something big. So,
wow. So talk about timing. We had the itinerary broadcast on, what's today's Wednesday? So it would have been Monday. And then Tuesday, last night, I drove an hour and a half from here to meet the crew that I'm going to hike with this summer at Philmont. Because that's someone it's a crew that I met through the Philmont group in Facebook. I put up a post, have backpack, we'll travel. And they said, oh yeah, come with us. So it just happened. They're close enough. I get there and they're doing, it was a parent meeting, and one of the other leaders has his backpack and he's going through everything in it. And I'm just looking at the sheer panic in these parents' eyes. And it really, what you were saying, I'm telling you, it hadn't really occurred to me until then. It was my turn to stand up and pull some gear out. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like I'm speaking another language, because you're talking about, the backpacking dad who understands the equipment and the environment and what you're going to need. And there's a comfort level that you kind of know what you're getting into. But holy smokes, I had not even attempted to wrap my head around sending your kid off with some people for 2 weeks to go out in 100 and some miles in the mountains with bears and who knows what else. And you don't even know what they need.
You don't even know if they're going to want to do it again. So I think there's another challenge of, if you've got a son that wants to go and do the experience and have a great time, but at the same point, I don't want to shell out a whole lot of money if he's going once and that's it. So you have to kind of balance that. Is this somebody who really wants to do it a lot? Or do I not even know? And I just want to get him through and have him be comfortable and not, get frostbite or hypothermia or who knows what, sunburn. You name it. Going out into the Alpines in, northern New Mexico, you can get a little bit of everything. We had a snowball fight in July, so you gotta kind of plan for all different kinds of conditions. I'm
looking forward to that. When do you think that will be ready? Not to put you on the spot, but do you have like a day and time?
Yeah, I'm doing the filming this week. So the hope is that I'll have that within probably a week from Friday. That I'll have that already, if not sooner. So that's kind of the timeline that I've got is turn that around in about 10 days.
Yeah. So before the end of January, that gives people a couple months when they're trying to figure out, because we're getting into, I know in this area in central North Carolina, the weather is just starting to turn to the point that we can really get out on the trail and do stuff with the type of loadout that you would take to Philmont, because Do you really do shakedown hikes when you got to carry a bunch of winter gear that you're not going to carry at Philmont? Nah, not really. So we got a month or so before we really start kicking into that. And it sounds like that's going to be timed really well for that. So thanks for stopping by again. Hope to see you more often. And let's definitely get together offline to figure out for that Philmont group on Facebook. We're trying to put together some more discussions and would love to have you as a part of those.
Yep, I logged into that after the conversation we had after you guys hosted that video. So I'm in there now, so I'll be following and contributing all that I can. So
excellent. And you're welcome to stick around or check out whenever you like. Completely up to you. We have got your exit interview taken care of for today, so whatever works for you is fine. All right, we covered everyone as far as stuff that's coming up, and
hey, Jeff, just before we quit the topic of the Philmont stuff, I can see Kim and Jeremy's face of curiosity, and I think they are willing to volunteer for that, just as long as they can follow you all in the Jeep.
Yes, exactly. There you go. You finally said something I agree with. Look, this isn't made to walk, man, especially walk up hills. If I was going to do a competitive sport, it would be that one where they chase the cheese down the hill and just roll and fling themselves. I could do that.
I'm not sure I've seen that one.
I've seen that one, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. No, but honestly, I think that because of all the camping and everything involved, I think that both of you guys would enjoy that kind of camping, that kind of adventure, but in the Jeep.
For sure.
You know?
100%.
Stock it full of booze.
We'll just creep along behind real slow.
Right.
Okay. I appreciate. Yeah. So everyone else hears driving a vehicle while camping, and TJ turns it into booze. So I'm not even going to ask why you associated driving with booze, but we'll just roll with that. Let's see. What else should we talk about? I think we're probably safe to go ahead. I'm looking for the shit shooting button. I moved it. Oh, there it is. Found it. But before we get to that, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I think we need to have. I need to figure out where I put the link to my tents so we can talk about erections again. Here we go.
The only reason this one came tonight.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that comment. So the bigger one that we put up, I'm telling you, this thing is nasty. It has got dust and dirt all over it. But I really believe when it gets rinsed off, it's going to look pretty nice. It's HDT Base X 303 tent, and the 303 model, let me see, is 18 feet by 15 feet. It has 270 square feet inside, 4 windows, 4 doors, 4 different air conditioning and heater ports. It has a liner, so it's the dual layer, so you get some insulation to keep it either warm or cool inside. It's pretty much a beast, and
it is big, and he has ample space inside. It's great.
It's important to keep those erections clean. Don't let them get dirty. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Can you rub it off?
Yeah, a good rubbing with soapy water might work.
I suppose it could. And I mean, you gotta wonder when you see an erection that is that filthy, someone has not been doing things right. You know, you got to question what they've been up to when it looks like that.
So you should possibly have a video for that posted, maybe.
There will be. Yes. I shot a couple videos when we were putting that tent up and then walking around through. We actually took 2 of these 203s and pushed them end to end. So it's like a super long, I'm going to call it a 406. Why not? I'm just going to make shit up on the spot. And that was really cool as well. So I've got videos of both of those that are partially edited, and maybe I'll get to that tomorrow. Probably not. It's probably going to be the next day because I have a bunch of stuff to ship tomorrow. But anyhow, so now I have 2 tents posted. We have a 203 that for the first few going out, I'm trying to build a little bit of momentum and get the word out and get some people posting, hey, check out this cool tent that I got. So I'm giving them away at half price. So that the 203 is only $500. The 303 is only $750, and it's with the liner. Even at the full 1,500, that's like a tenth of what the government paid for it. So literally, these things are obscenely expensive. I found one new from like an aftermarket place that I think it was like $5,000, $49.99 or something. So big discount off what the government paid, but still, where was it? Maybe I lied. Maybe I didn't find it. I thought it was up here somewhere. Oh, there it was. $49,990 it was on sale. Not like the 305 where the cheapest I could find for a like new one was $11,300, and then a reconditioned one either $4,900 or $3,900 depending on if it had a liner. I'm probably going to sell those for like $1,000 for the first ones. So that's going to be a steal for someone when I get the 305 set up. And when I get the 305 set up, I think I'm going to need a team of people. Jose Juan was nice enough to help me with the 303. I think I need him and 3 twin brothers to help me. I don't think 2 people will be able to handle that erection.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because of helping Jeff, pretty much going through the framework and everything, replacing parts that are broken, and setting this ones up. Both the 203 and the 303.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and I can manage to set him up in about 15, 20 minutes.
Because we're slow.
Easy, yeah. 2 people, easy, and even when we've had to replace a couple of pieces here and there, it still didn't take an incredible lot longer. And of course, we're taking our time because we want to make sure that everything jives and we don't break even more stuff trying to force it. And they are more than manageable. The 2 smaller sizes are more than manageable for 2 people to do. So, considering the space that you're going to be setting up, whether you're going to the beach or you're going to the mountains or anywhere, it truly, these tents are awesome. They really are.
I think TJ, you're going to be excited by this. You know where this is going, don't you?
Oh, I do. I can't wait.
Yep. I'm bringing one of the tents to Florida. It's going to be Floridized. We're going to mix the Afghani sand that's in them with the Florida sand. You won't even know one from the other.
You might.
Love the joy on your face there. All right. So
much.
Yeah. So let's, and you know what? If you're nice, maybe I'll even bring the portable air conditioner to hook up to it.
See, that's all right. Now you're talking like a 1-star instead of a no-star.
Hey, I would recommend bringing in the liner that creates 2 different living quarters, so you don't mix in the smells too much.
Yep. Okay. So why don't we transition into? I lost it again. Where's the shooting one? You know what? I'm just gonna start clicking on stuff. There's one. That one looks good. Oh, there's another good one. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right. Weird stuff happening today. What do we even want to go down the road? I don't want to get political. I do want to say that I want to acknowledge, I feel like it wouldn't be right to just flat out ignore it. I don't even want to talk about what gear is appropriate for storming the Capitol because that seems a little poor taste at this point. And, I worry about taste. But I do just want to acknowledge that things are jacked up.
Yeah. At the same time, coming from a different country and seeing what's been going on in this country for the past couple of years is pretty devastating. It's pretty disappointing, especially going all the way up to what they did today. I have no problem whatsoever with any type of group protesting, making all the kind of noise, ruckus, chants, songs, even insults, whatever they want. But whenever they put one person in danger, it ceases to be the freedom that is acknowledged in the Constitution. So, and that one person could be yourself. If you are putting yourself in danger, you are failing to do what the Constitution is protecting you. So, yeah, regardless of what side you are, that should never be the case. But that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, weird stuff going on. So let's see, upcoming stuff. We talked about Florida, so that's going to be the 22nd to the 24th. If you are looking for an opportunity to hobnob with some of the outdoor media's finest, then scurry on down to Southwest Florida to Mitch. How do you say it again? What's it called?
What was it?
It was Imolaki. What is it?
Immokalee.
Immokalee. That's it. Immokalee.
It's an Indian word, so there's no Immokalee. It's Immokalee. It's all together.
I don't speak Indian either, right?
You need to work on that, Jeff.
Okay. Yeah. And that's feather, not dot. So anyhow, casino, not curry. So we're talking about the Force. No, it's Fire. No, but it's at Force IMI or Force Center. And they have, what's the name of the range? They told us the name of the range. I'm blanking on it. It was a cool name too. I was like, oh, that's neat. And now I can't remember it. You can go look it up. Go to Force Center or go look up Fire Expo on the interwebs, and you will find the name of the range. And we can do a contest. Whoever finds it first, you win. How's that? Yeah. There's not a well thought out contest, but that's what you get at the end of the show. We've been almost an hour. I'm trying to stretch this another 2 minutes and 28 seconds, so we'll be an even hour. But anyhow, come down and catch us there the 22nd to the 24th. TJ will be there. I will be there. Who knows? We may convince and do some arm twisting and get some additional folks to be there with us.
Don't come down to horrible Florida in January.
Yeah. So
80 degrees. Be nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Oh, you know what I should do? I should schedule some sailing adventures while I'm down there too. Find some people with super fast boats and go out there and see if we can
there you go.
See if we can break some new records. That'll be awesome. All right. Anyone else want to talk about anything before we shut this down?
How's the ammo shortage? Don't we have stuff that people can look at and maybe purchase? I was actually watching a video since I've been sitting down on the reloading table here in the past month and weeks and stuff, and everybody's having a hard time finding primers. There is a pretty nice informative video from CCI that gives you the scientific numerical values of what it is to use small pistol primers, small magnum primers, and small rifle primers shot out of a pistol. And it goes through the information of some of the nuances or the differences between the three, in which the biggest difference is the hardness of the cup itself. So
I can't keep a straight face. I'm
you
sorry.
got to protect it, I guess. No. So the metal that they use to form the little primers is softer on the small pistol primers and increases in hardness up to the small rifle primer. That also
they're used with hotter loads. Hotter means harder. Everyone knows that.
Sure, and
Sure.
but it really does matter whether you have changed the springs in your pistol to have a softer trigger pull. It will affect how your firing pin will hit the primer, and it might not ignite the powder and be able to shoot the bullets.
So aside from that, though, did I understand you correctly that it also talked about like the amount of energy or how the primer delivers? Like, because like a Magnum has got, it's got more energy, but does that change like the burn rate and the pressure from the powder? Do you have to alter your load data, your recipe?
So the answer is yes. Each one of those, the small pistol to the Magnum pistol to the small rifle, it does give you a different acceleration or spark, if you want to put it that way, when the hammer hits it, and it will change the velocity of your projectile. So you do have to pay attention of what you're doing, because there is a possibility that you could cause some damage to your equipment if you are not following the decreases in powder because of the hotter primer.
Are we still talking about erections, or
we've moved on?
Cups.
We're talking about hardness now.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
They could just avoid all that if they just bought like ammo from Jeff. I mean,
so speaking of which, I don't know if it has anything to do with the civil unrest or if it was just opportunity, but some folks who came to get Humvee parts recently contributed to the retirement fund. So if anyone was thinking of getting ammo, it's selling. It is not an unlimited duration opportunity. There is a limited quantity, and I think that I'm getting there. Trust me. I think that with all of the money that's being printed for stimulus and that kind of thing, stimulus, yeah, is going to cause massive inflation, which means that the currency that we hold today is going to be worth less by like a factor of it'll be half or less than what it's worth today. So I'm thinking that I need to adjust my pricing now to be sure I have the amount of money that I need later after all that deflation happens. So I may have to, as supply goes down and world events make demand go up, I may have to adjust pricing there. I don't know. We shall see. Did somebody buy that big ass revolver we talked about yesterday?
I don't think so. I think he still has it. So
tell him we'll give him $1,000.
You'll give him $1,000. I'll let him know. So TJ, just so you know, he has a 10.5-inch Smith & Wesson 500, the performance center upgrade. So it has the ported barrel down it with 20 rounds. So the pistol itself costs like $1,599, and he's selling it with 20 rounds for $1,100.
Nice.
Those bullets are like $5.
Nice. I've got one on the way with.
Tell him. I'll come get it tomorrow.
All right, I'll let him know.
Yeah, I've got one on layaway at the pawn shop. I can get it out whenever.
Conjugal visit.
Yeah, I like. Is
it the 10-inch?
What's that?
Is it the 10-inch with the ported barrel?
Yeah. Yep, I think I got seven or 8 boxes of shells for it.
Woo. TJ's a baller.
What?
He is.
That was back in the day when ammo was like affordable.
So
I'm gonna retire on that.
There you go.
Yeah. Jeff's going to retire on his. I'm going to retire on some 500 Magnums.
What we got?
I think it's going to work, though. See, people make fun of my retirement plan until they really think it out. I have a whole hobo village that can be paid for just by selling that ammo. Then what do I need money for? You know, I just need a little bit here and there, and I'm good. Retirement's going to be good in the hobo village.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for squandering an hour and 5 minutes of your time. You're never going to get that back, so it means a lot to me that you chose to spend it here. For the folks left out there in the chat, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the interaction. Except for Gun Snob, he gets kind of a yeah. Thanks for coming, Gun Snob. But for everyone else, we really appreciate you being here. We will look forward to catching up with you next week and to publishing some really cool stuff to keep you entertained. Until then, everyone, please be safe. All jokes aside, things are getting a little weird and crazy in the U.S. right now. So everyone, please take care of yourself. Be safe. Watch out for the people around you. Always be sure that you know situational awareness in this kind of when things are going down like this is really important. There are a lot of people doing opportunistic things where if you're paying attention and you got your head on a swivel, they will pick up on that and they may be dissuaded from doing something to begin with. So watch out for yourself. Be safe. Take care of your loved ones and the people around you. And then you will be available to join us again next week at 8 o'clock on Wednesday for another episode of This Week at Gear Report. Until then, we'll see you at the range.